Welcome to Kindling, the home of traditional African story wisdom. I'm Awe, your storyteller, bringing you unique folk tales from across the continent each week. This week we are in the Republic of Congo, also known as Congo-Brazzaville and formerly the French Congo. Now, this Central African nation is home to dense rainforests, deep winding rivers, and a host of mysterious creatures. With such an incredible landscape to inspire its oral traditions, it's no wonder that the country's griots have kept history alive for centuries and centuries with tales of wise animals, mythical spirits, and ancient heroes. Now, the tale we are about to hear today features the leopard and the crocodile and serves as a stark warning to be careful who you are indebted to or make deals with, lest you find yourself having to extract yourself from those commitments later. Let's listen. Once, long ago, there lived a man with many wives and many children. Now, whilst he was glad to be blessed with such a large family, day after day he worried about how he would keep them all fed. Until one day he had an idea. The man ventured deep into the bush and gathered 20 heavy bunches of palm nuts. He then went to find the leopard. When he met the great spotted hunter, he bowed humbly and presented the leopard with 10 bunches of palm nuts. The leopard, pleased with the gift, purred. "You are generous, my friend. Since you have fed me, I will feed you in return. From now on, you will gather palm nuts for me and only me, and I will bring you fresh meat every day." Well, the man agreed, but he then carried his remaining 10 bunches of palm nuts to the crocodile. As the man bowed once more in humility, the great river beast flicked his powerful tail in the water and listened. "You bring me palm nuts? A fine gift indeed," the crocodile rumbled. "Since you have fed me, I will feed you in return. Bring me more palm nuts, and I will give you fish every day. But remember, you shall bring palm nuts to me and only me." And so the man agreed and left the crocodile with his deal in store. The very next day, the crocodile arrived at the man's house and brought him fish. Soon after his departure, the leopard arrived with a wild pig. Well, the man and his family feasted, their bellies full for the first time in a long while. Now, this happy arrangement continued for many, many moons, and the man and his family were never hungry. But then, one day, as he was making his usual delivery of palm nuts, the leopard suddenly said to the man, "Oh, I have grown tired of palm nuts. I have heard that a dog's flesh is delicious to eat. Tomorrow, I want you to bring me a dog to eat." And then later on, when the man went to visit the crocodile, he too said, "I would like a dog to eat. I've heard that their flesh is a rare delicacy and very delicious. I'm tired of palm nuts." Well, the man did not know what he would do about such a request, and for a few days he tried his best to appease his two masters by bringing them the largest, freshest, finest palm nuts that he could find. But their curiosity did not subside, and each day they would ask him, "A dog! A dog! I must have a dog. Have you not found one?" He shook his head and said to each one, "Ah, my friend, I have no dogs, and oh, it's a pity there are none to be seen around." For of course, he had no intention of giving them his own beloved dogs and kept them safely out of sight. But try as he may to make his excuses, the leopard and the crocodile only grew more anxious to sample this new food, and they began to make quite a nuisance of themselves. Now, The man knew that neither the leopard nor the crocodile had knowledge of each other. He also knew that they each made the same demand of him, but it was also true that neither of them had ever seen a dog. So, after some weeks, as the man grew weary of the leopard and the crocodile constantly pestering him for dog meat, he devised a plan to rid himself of both of them. One morning, as the leopard arrived as usual with some meat, and he asked for a dog in return. But this time the man smiled and said, "Ah, today is your lucky day. I have found a dog at last. It is waiting for you over there, just beyond the tall trees in the thicket over there." Well, the leopard licked his lips and hurried off into the forest in search of his treat. Soon after that, the crocodile arrived, carrying fish as always, and he too asked for a dog. The man nodded. "Ha, ha, your timing is perfect. There is, in fact, a fine dog waiting for you. I have him cornered, right over there, in those bushes over there." Well, the crocodile slithered away into the river, eager to find his promised meal. Now, travelling by water, the crocodile arrived first at the place. But, of course, seeing nothing around that looked like a dog, he took his time and decided to have a rest and closed his eyes under the sun. Moments later, the leopard crept up and saw the crocodile basking in the sun. "So this is a dog," he said to himself. Much larger than I expected. But no matter, the more for me." Well, at that very moment, the crocodile suddenly stirred and saw a large spotted creature approaching him. The crocodile flicked his tail. "This must be the dog that I was promised," he thought. And then, before either of them could think twice, the leopard leapt and the crocodile lunged, and a battle broke out. Claws tearing, teeth snapping, and the ground shaking all around. The people of the village gathered and watched as these two great beasts fought each other, one and the other both convinced that the other one was the meal that they had been promised. Well, this went on for hours and hours, clawing and scratching and biting, and after several long hours of a bloody battle, both the leopard and the crocodile eventually fell down, lifeless. The man, seeing that his trick had worked, breathed a huge sigh of relief. That night, he and his family feasted on the meat and the fish that the two beasts had brought them. They sang, they danced, and from that day forward, the man never had to worry again about serving these two masters. And that is where the story ended. So, the man outwitted the leopard and the crocodile, turning their own greed against them. But what more can we draw from this tale? Well, firstly, that those who seek to deceive may find themselves deceived. The leopard and the crocodile thought that they had trapped the man into endless service, but it was they who fell into his trap in the end. Then, of course, there's a lesson about trust. Both the leopard and the crocodile blindly believed the man without thinking for themselves. But trust without wisdom can be dangerous, because not everyone who seems loyal to you has your best interests at heart. And finally, we learn that greed, of course, can lead to ruin. Sometimes it's better to be happy and to appreciate what you already have instead of chasing after the latest craze. Well, that's all for now. Next week, we'll journey to the Democratic Republic of Congo for another tale full of wisdom and wonder. Now, if you enjoyed this tale and all of our episodes so far, then please consider subscribing to the channel Kindling and sharing our videos with your friends. Together, let's keep stories alive.